Hi guys, Chosen Reactions, and this video I'm going to react to episode 18 of season 1 of Babylon 5. If you're interested in full reactions and early access, you can check it out on my Patreon. Let's get into it.
Excuse me, perhaps you might help me. I'm looking for Ambassador Delenn. Could you tell me where I might find her?
Of course. This way.
Are you here for Grey Council business, or...?
Any change in those seismic disturbances?
The surface layer's calmed down, but we're still picking up rumbles from further down.
Seems like every time I get into the tube, Mr. Garibaldi's there. It's like he knows.
Talia, Mr. Garibaldi is many things, but he's not omniscient.
Sinclair's face! What? Okay, how do you do that?
Take the stairs.
I think I'll join you.
Let's see what's going on under all that dirt.
Trouble?
What the hell is that? Lost bar. Get it back. I can't. I have no controls here.
Like I said, trouble. A voice in the wilderness. Part 1? This is a two-parter? Ah, shit.
Babylon Control, we're receiving you.
What the hell was that? All of our readouts blacked out for a second.
Same here, Babylon Control. It was some kind of massive...
Two-parter, double the
power
trouble?
surge, right off the scale.
Oh,
Sure they're all
stressful
right?
edition of the song.
But otherwise fine. They'll be back on board in a few hours.
Good. Keep me informed and find out what's going on down there.
This doesn't worry you in the slightest?
On the contrary, it scares the hell out of me. But what better way to go out than in the cause of advancing scientific knowledge?
I think there's
Is this a
definitely
multiple
something
question?
alive there.
I have some ideas.
And we
Ah,
will agree
Vanova.
to release our trade route.
I will have my government issue an agreement by when? Tomorrow this time? What a pleasure it is to deal with someone reasonable. Negotiations are
shades.
so much more enjoyable when certain individuals are not here to interfere.
I would suggest that there is a difference between being unreasonable and being angry.
Physics tells us that for every action, there must be an equal and opposite reaction. They hate us, we hate them, they hate us back. And so, here we are, victims of mathematics.
He never listens.
He will, sooner or later.
Really?
How can you be sure?
Because the alternative is too terrible to consider.
Are you sure it's a beacon?
Well, once our instruments came back online, we were able to run a few tests.
How's Dr. Tasaki?
It's like a kid with a new puzzle. He wants to go back down and check it out first thing tomorrow morning.
A glutton for punishment. All right, I'll authorize it, but only on the condition that we can find some way to get him down there safely.
Agreed. I'll take care of that first thing tomorrow morning.
I mean, my bets are all on him dying.
It has been too long, Delenn. You have forgotten your training. Soon you will have forgotten all about your old friend, Dral.
Not if I live to
She
be
was
a
just
thousand.
greeting you.
Well, then why would you keep your good friend standing out here in this drafty hall instead of in your warm quarters?
I assumed she wouldn't be happy to see this guest, but... Okay.
We're just getting a late-breaking story. As ISN viewers may know, all contact with the Mars colony has been cut off since noon today, Earth Standard Time. We're now receiving confirmation that an open revolt is in progress against the Earth-appointed provisional government. We're receiving reports of heavy fighting outside the capital city and armed skirmishes within the city itself.
The guerrillas, whose ancestors migrated to Mars from Earth over the past 100 years, have demanded independence for the Mars colony. Or, and I quote, "The sand will run red with Earther blood."
Oh!
Provisional evidence are correct, Sid.
Huh? What? No, Sinclair, I don't think you're imagining this. Is that coming from the planet? You stuck there?
Last night, just before I went to bed, I saw...
What?
I don't know, maybe I'm just tired. What's the
Oh,
status
it was a
on that
weird
Psi 3?
hologram.
The geology team leaves in a few hours.
Good, keep me informed.
Our world is changing, Delenn. I'm not sure when it began to change. Perhaps the war, perhaps the death of Dukat. Perhaps the darkness was there all along and we refused to see it.
If you're referring to the growing division between the religious and military castes.
That, and more than that, there is a sense that we are lost and drifting. I hear the call of the stars, Delenn, and I must answer.
Then, when you leave here, I will never see you again.
I'm afraid so. We have seen very little of one another these last few years, and there is much that I want to hear.
Then I will talk and talk and talk until you fall asleep from the sound.
And I will be glad of it.
Now, all I'm asking for is one clear channel.
I'm sorry, Mr. Garibaldi, but there is nothing we can do until the government decides to lift the communications blackout. I'll follow your request.
Is this how we started with a fun moment in the episode? Or like, yeah, enjoy it while it lasts, because now it's all gonna go to hell! Woohoo!
Commander, what will you do if you find anything of value down there?
The odds of that are pretty small. It's probably just an automated homing beacon left over from hundreds of years ago.
Yes, but if it isn't, will you tell me?
No.
Just making sure we know where we stand.
Just appreciate his honesty.
Survey.
Her name's Lise Hampton. We met a few days after I got there, and we got involved.
Sounds serious.
It was. We even talked about marriage a few times.
Oh.
The last time we spoke, it ended up with a slammed door and me on the last flight out. We haven't talked since then. Talia, I have to talk to her. I need to know she's okay.
What do you expect me to do about it? If you can't get through, how am I...
Psycho's got an intelligence and training operation in Syria Planum.
Oh.
How did you know about the center? That's supposed to be classified.
It is, but it's never stopped me before.
Don't worry, Babylon Control. I'm not going far. Just enough to get some samples. You can't expect us to come this far without getting some minimal...
Doctor, you can't expect them to let you take all the risks. There's... Oh god. Oh wait, are those missiles?
Take evasive action. Get us out of here! Babylon Control, what the hell are you doing?
Incoming fire is distracting the missiles, pulling them off course. Hit your afterburners, maximum burn. With any luck, they can't follow you outside the atmosphere.
We won't have enough fuel to get back.
What the?
Fighters will tow you back in. Now do it!
Just listen!
And just one more thing. On your trip back, I'd like you to take the time to learn the Babylon 5 mantra. Ivanova is always right. I will listen to Ivanova. I will not ignore Ivanova's recommendations. Ivanova is God.
I'll note that. Jesus. But yeah, people, just listen.
Just kidding about that God part. No offense.
Oh my god! That's... Yep, I know that. I know that all too well.
Our analysis of the data suggests the missile was fired 5 miles within the planet's surface. There's something down there. Something important enough to require a pretty lethal defense system.
Very good. Thank you, Doctor.
Ah, Mr. Garibaldi! Off duty, I see. Water. Fascinating.
Isn't it?
I never touched the stuff myself.
You should really try it.
Cat, the usual. Suddenly, I looked up, and this beautiful dancer is leaning down over the stage and looking right into my eyes. And she said, "Whatever it is, it can't be that bad." And then she kissed me. Right here. Whatever it is, it can't be that bad.
You missed the kissing part, you know. Should have kissed him right there.
You try and kiss me and I'll break your arm.
Okay, never mind. Wait, you're also seeing him? He has to be stuck on a planet, right? I was kind of thinking maybe it's like a figment of Sinclair's mind, but now it's definitely not.
Let's hope Tasaki was right about that fissure being 5 miles deep.
Why?
Because at our present speed, it's going to take at least 2 miles to decelerate, assuming we don't hit anything on the way in.
This is a hell of a time to think of that. Coming into a landing grid.
How big is whatever this is? Like, is that here for the whole civilization? Is it, I don't know.
Environment check.
Military
Gravity
base.
0.75 of Earth.
maybe that alien that Sinclair and Londo saw, maybe it's not like a current like help me thing. Maybe that's also a message that somehow is being sent out now as well. Huh. Maybe there is in fact no one there. Oh well.
We can't let anyone outside the government know the center exists.
But Mr. Garibaldi already knows about it.
He may suspect, but that is not the same as
Suspect
confirmation.
he knows.
For all we know, this request on his part is only a cover so that he can confirm our location. Look, I can't plug your friend into the comnet from here, but I can run a check on her name and see if she's listed among the wounded.
That would help. Thank you.
But then again, why would this be a two-parter if there's in fact no one here? The fuck? Oh, whoa! Holy shit! Good instinct.
Well, that'll cut down on tourism.
God.
Can you cover that in 3 seconds?
Not a problem.
Okay. Stand by.
No room for error. Oh! God.
Commander?
Oh. Oh!
I think I've got to go to the bathroom.
Okay, what the hell happened down there?
Put your right hand in, you put your right hand out, you put your whole self in, and you turn yourself about. You do the hokey pokey, you give a little shout. That's what it's all about. It doesn't mean anything. I have been studying it for 7 days. I had the computer analyze it. I swear to you.
No, you can't computer analyze that shit.
We've come at a bad time.
A very bad time.
They couldn't get into the logs for the dead or wounded, but they were able to access the list of survivors.
And?
Her name isn't on it. They can't find her name anywhere. So either she's not on Mars anymore.
She's there, all right. She had a life there, a career. She wouldn't have left all that in just 2 years.
Then it's possible that something's happened to her.
Yeah.
Michael, you wouldn't believe it. Incredible. A whole new area of technology. Machines as big as buildings all around us.
What's happening?
Picking up seismic activity. It's a big one.
Do you have something to hold on to? Is there like a table to sit under?
What the hell?
Again. Are you live or pre-recorded mess?
Commander.
What the fuck? Are you some kind of battery now? What?
Help me.
Oh no.
All your people will die.
Is that a threat or a warning? No, don't tell me we're gonna end. Okay, whew. I was scared. Like, I'm guessing we're gonna get a cliffhanger, but jeez. But what was that thing? Why were you in there? Was it to keep you alive?
Shuttle 1 to Babylon Control, do you read?
Jeff, yeah, we're getting you. What's your situation?
We're coming out.
We've got a ship coming through the jump gate.
Fine.
Mr. Garibaldi, it's big.
The hell?
No! What? That's even worse! What the fuck? Really? We're gonna end on the what the hell? He's just like, what? Are you fucking... Wow. That was even worse than the last one that I thought was a cliffhanger. Really? Really? Okay, just give me a sec. Goodness. Alright, this was episode 18 of season 1 of Babylon 5, and I thought this was very good. I think it's a very promising start of this, well, to me, unexpected two-parter. I'm very much hoping that I will be able to also do the second one, but we'll see. But yeah, anyways, this episode managed quite well to build up the suspense, to kind of, you know, leave us in the dark and not knowing for sure what's going on, you know, that planet. I mean, they've been above that planet for God knows how long. And they just thought, you know, it's like no one is there. No living thing is there. Nothing is going on. It's just, you know. So, yeah, it's definitely a surprise when there's this... I mean, yeah, there is someone there, but there's even this very... like, tons of machines and this technology. I mean, Sinclair, you could hear it on his voice. He was definitely being impressed as hell. Ivanova as well. They both did not expect to have this outcome. So whatever was there before, it was very much, yeah. I mean, this is some very sophisticated stuff. So that makes me even more confused that there's seemingly no one there except for this one alien who was trapped in this machine. And I was pretty much assuming, like, okay, is he maybe like the energy source? But I don't know about that. I don't know. Like, I thought maybe it was the energy source, and he had to be in that machine so that he would power, I guess, whatever is going on, and maybe from a distance, like remotely, whoever's responsible for this can reap the benefits of that. Like, that's just the main thing I'm worried about. Like, why is there no one there except this one alien? He also gave us a warning or a threat. You know, pretty much they had to help him, or otherwise everyone's going to die. I mean, why? So yeah, there's definitely a lot of questions that I have, but, you know, he's on his way to Babylon 5, so I'm sure we're gonna get some, but of course not all of them. But yeah, there were all those, you had those traps, you had the missiles, so again, was it there to make sure that the alien wouldn't be able to leave, or just that they wouldn't, you know, no one would be able to discover what's down there? Because, you know, if it's valuable, then people are gonna want to have it. I mean, Londo was pretty much already trying to get on the first row, asking Sinclair if he would sell him if there was something valuable. And Sinclair honestly said, yeah, no. But I'm not sure how long they're gonna be able to keep this information under wraps. But also, okay, if someone put that alien there, because, yeah, clearly he wasn't there voluntarily. Whoever put him there, I'm assuming they're still, you know, out there somewhere. How long is it going to take them to realize the alien is gone? What kind of consequence is going to be? Is this going to be like the equal reaction to an action thing that Londo was talking about? Or am I being too worried? So yeah, there are lots and lots of questions about the alien. But other than, of course, the planet, we also had quite some moving scenes between Delenn and the Drall. I immediately assumed that either he was going to be, you know, like a Grey Circle and maybe warn Delenn, or give her like, hey, you're not doing too good, Sinclair knows too much, or just someone that she doesn't really like. But no, it was totally the opposite. He's actually, you know, like a mentor and like a teacher to her. And they obviously have this very warm relationship, and I liked seeing that. You know, once again, I think casting was well done. It was believable to me. I enjoyed their scenes. So I was definitely disturbed when we had this conversation about him wanting to go to the sea, and at first was like, sea, but then it was like the Sea of Stars, I believe. And honestly, if I'm entirely honest, I was very much like stressing at first, not just what he was saying and what he was, I guess, what that insinuates, but also because I wasn't sure if we actually had this, if this was named before. Like, I was trying to, like, look into my encyclopedia of very vague memories. I was like, did we discuss this before? Did they already explain to us what the Sea of Stars was? Because it's part of me was like, you know, it feels familiar, but the other part was really like, I don't think so. I mean, if you need the reminder, which I don't think, but still, the first, I believe, was it 7 or 8? So somewhat 7 episodes. You know, they were sponsored, so I watched like one every month, which was even more bad for my memory. So if they discussed it before, my apologies for forgetting. But anyways, that scene was definitely powerful. and it's very clear, you know, that he was, you know, he said it himself, he was not happy with the way his life has been going. He's definitely feeling, I guess, kind of like he's drifting. He's not too sure what to do next. He's just, you know, I guess, you know, it seems that ironically by making that decision to be, you know, go to the sea, that now he's kind of able to, you know, like I said, now he has this very set goal, or at least he knows where he's going to, and which ironically kind of makes him seem more relaxed, and he's gonna stay now with the Lynn for a while. He hasn't said specifically how long, but for a while. So, you know, he's just, he really likes her as a person, and I guess he's trying, you know, for now to kind of get the most out of his life, you know. I can't imagine how the Lynn is feeling, but she was able, you know, even though that he did give her this big bomb, she was still able, you know, to make sure that, you know, like he was asking, she isn't constantly going to be sad, but to still, I guess, make more memories with him. And it did give us this, I guess, to go a little bit more lighthearted direction, it did give us this fun scene with Londo, which again, you know, he was definitely a very good comedic relief, but at the same time, there's definitely some depth to it, or, you know, it was, yeah, I don't know, it didn't feel like, oh, it was out of place. I was definitely relieved as well when we had like a little bit of like the breathers in between. But I like this moment where he was singing the song. I recognize the song, but I don't know from where. I forgot. I like that he was just like analyzing and just frustrated, like, oh, it doesn't make sense. I thought it was a funny bit. And obviously I also enjoyed his scene with Garibaldi. And like Garibaldi said, you know, or admitted to, he definitely needed a friend at that moment. He was totally down. Of course, I was relieved that he was having a glass of water, but I was still nervous. So I was relieved that, you know, Londo told him that story about how, well, told it about the dancer and how she was like, you know, it can't be that bad, and that he actually ended up marrying her. And okay, he did regret it later on, but, you know, at least the story made Garibaldi laugh. And they had a great laugh, and yeah, Garibaldi did at the end up pay for the drink, but yeah, that's typical Londo. Also with Garibaldi, you know, we learned about him, you know, he was talking even about marriage with Lisa Hampton, and at this point we don't know what happened to her. You know, Garibaldi asked Winters for help, you know, so he could find out what happened to Lisa. We still don't know, and I'm kind of trying to come up with theories, but I can't really come up with them other than, I guess, thinking that she is alive. Or maybe that's more hope. It's kind of hard at this point to make a difference between, is this a prediction or is this like a wish list thing? But no, I do think she's still alive. I'm just wondering where she is. Maybe she's also part, yeah. Maybe she's also part of this Free Mars movement. Who knows? I can see that happening. But yeah, things on Mars are not going that great. That news message that we saw, like the news, that was definitely quite disturbing. It even cut away. But it's interesting, you know, to get to see Sinclair watching the news, and even more because, you know, he did grow up there, and then afterwards also discussing it with Ivanova. Speaking of, once again, you know, I pretty much have to put all the characters in this show, but obviously I also enjoyed the interactions between Ivanova and Sinclair, and also that the two of them were the ones that discovered this imprisoned alien, which I'm still nervous about, like, what exactly is up with that? But, you know, I'm happy that we got, you know, more scenes between them. Now, sorry for taking longer. Oh, of course, the elevator scene at the beginning. Once again, I have to say that was that was definitely fun. Especially Garibaldi's and Sinclair's facial expressions. So yeah, I think those are the main points. Like the reason why I keep looking is because I'm like looking at the time. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be late with posting reactions, but obviously I want to see the second part of the two-parter. I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely feeling tired, but I really want to do the second part, and I know that you guys would appreciate me doing it. So yeah, maybe I should just go to the next one. I should make it, right? Yeah, I don't think there are any more things I can really discuss. I mean, yeah, I can discuss, but that I can like meaningfully discuss. This is turning into an English lesson. Oh god. Yeah. Let me just stop there. You know, I'm just wondering, one more thing, I guess. I just said I was gonna stop. One more thing, I'm definitely wondering, you know, do the shadows have anything to do with this as well? What's up with those machines? That's the thing. Are the shadows behind it, or is there something else? And what is even worse, the shadows or this other option? I don't know. Yeah, I just want to see the next one. Fuck it. I'm just gonna go for it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.